Tonight, more pilot program problems. The issues Minnesota's new vaccination system ran into on their second effort.
And filling a $1 billion hole, how Minnesota's governor plans to fix a massive shortfall in the state's budget.
Plus, why Congressman Pete Stauber is asking President Biden to withdraw his pick for a major cabinet member.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us tonight. Minnesota health officials say the first of the COVID-19 vaccine lottery was a busy day. Residents over 65 years old were eligible to try and make an appointment at one of 9 clinics across the state, including one in Mountain Iron.
Some of you told us you woke up right away when it opened at 5 this morning and waited online or on the phone for more than an hour. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke to state officials about how the day went and what people can expect tomorrow.
It's us older people that have all these conditions, and we need to get our vaccines, and it's not working out too well.
It was a hectic morning for Minnesota's vaccine lottery system. 84-year-old Beverly Ronisette from Virginia has pre-existing conditions. She tried her best to get on the vaccine wait list.
It's just too hard to try to get in. My daughter tried calling at 5 a.m. this morning, and there was already 13,000, I think, on that website.
The pilot program's website went active at 5 a.m. Tuesday and allows people 65 and older to register and get a chance of getting the anticipated COVID-19 vaccine.
Right at 5 a.m. this morning, we saw a peak of around 12,600 active user sessions on the mn.gov/COVID-19 website.
Minnesota's IT Commissioner Tarek Tomes says as of Tuesday afternoon, more than 180,000 individuals made it through the registration process for the COVID-19 vaccine pilot program and are now included on a wait list. That includes the 11,000 who made it on the wait list from the first week of the pilot program.
That includes those who pre-registered online, and those who needed to call in.
The pilot program isn't first come, first serve. Those 65 and older can still register by Wednesday at 5 a.m. The random selection process begins Wednesday at 7 a.m. Those who are selected from the lottery will get notified, and then they'll choose an appointment time from the 9 vaccination sites across Minnesota.
For those who are not able to register online, you can call in and register. You can find out how to do that on our website.
The COVID-19 vaccine will soon be available to more people in Wisconsin. The next phase of vaccine rollout will be expanded to teachers and child care workers. That's expected to start around March 1st. People enrolled in Medicaid, some more essential workers, and residents and staff in shared housing will also be eligible around then. State leaders say prioritizing doses with such little supply has been hard.
COVID-19 is still very present in our state. Residents of Wisconsin are still getting infected and are still dying of this virus. We need to move as quickly and equitably as possible to vaccinate Wisconsinites.
Again, those groups should be eligible for the vaccine around March 1st. Frontline healthcare workers, nursing home residents, first responders, prison staff, and anyone at least 65 years old are already eligible.
Also in Wisconsin, the state's mask mandate could be struck down. Some lawmakers plan to vote on repealing the statewide mask mandate today. That vote is expected to happen within the state Senate. It's unclear whether the state assembly would follow suit, which is required to undo the order. The joint resolution is co-sponsored by 29 Republicans in the legislature. The current mandate, ordered by Democratic Governor Tony Evers, is slated to run until March 20th.
Let's head over to Dave now for a look at the weather. Dave, the cold snap has a firm grip on us today.
Yeah, and it's going to get just about as cold again overnight tonight.
Okay.
Almost the same forecast we preached last night. Folks in Minnesota will be among the chilliest with a clearer sky. Actual air temperatures could dip towards 25 below towards International Falls and even 5 below on Park Point. So, of course, the rest of the region is going to be in between. Throw on top of that another wind chill advisory for Minnesotans. Actual air temperatures as cold as 25 below, like I mentioned, mean it feels like, or heat is removed from your skin as if it was 40 below. So it's going to be pretty chilly out there. Not as chilly for Wisconsin and the UP because just like last night, clouds will cling to that state just a little bit thicker and low temps there might go as low as 10 below in Superior, but could be as warm as 2 above towards Ironwood. Well, folks on the South Shore do have a chance for a little lake effect again tonight thanks to a northerly wind. Otherwise, a lot of towns tomorrow will be on the sunnier side and the chillier side. High temp of only 7 above is much colder than normal, but we start to warm up as early as Thursday, and that'll help egg on a chance for some snow by the weekend. We'll talk about how good those chances are in just a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Congressman Pete Stauber has officially sent a letter asking President Joe Biden to withdraw his pick for Interior Secretary. Biden nominated New Mexico Congresswoman Deb Haaland to the role. She would be the first Native American ever in a presidential cabinet. The Interior Department oversees the Bureau of Indian Affairs, land management, and more. Stauber says Haaland should not be appointed, citing her support of the Green New Deal and her opposition to mining and drilling. 14 other Republicans have signed on to the letter as well, including Wisconsin's 7th District Congressman Tom Tiffany. Earlier this month, the 5 tribes in Stauber's 8th Congressional District called him out, saying this is a slap in the face.
Today, Governor Tim Walz proposed raising taxes on the wealthiest Minnesotans and large companies. It's all part of his 2-year budget proposal, which he hopes will help shore up a projected $1.3 billion shortfall. CBS 3's Emma Quinn breaks it all down for us.
Supporting working families, small businesses, and getting students caught up in school are the main goals of Governor Tim Walz's COVID-19 recovery budget.
But there is absolutely no doubt recovering from COVID is going to take a concerted, deliberate effort.
The 2022-2023 budget will invest $745 million to expand summer school programming and resources for students across the state.
They're missing those opportunities for in-class learning, social-emotional learning.
The proposal also supports small businesses with a new COVID support loan forgiveness program, with the state investing $50 million for those hit the hardest.
Particularly those hospitality businesses that have been the most hurt, with specific carve-outs for businesses who face the biggest uphill climbs.
The governor is hoping to support working families impacted by the pandemic. He's proposed expanding the working family tax credit for more than 300,000 eligible Minnesota households.
Paid family medical leave program will help workers and particularly smaller businesses provide this benefit for the cost of a cup of coffee per week per worker.
To make it all possible, Walz is proposing a 5th-tier income tax rate for household income of $1 million and increasing tax rates for large corporations.
We've seen that certain folks, while impacted negatively, there's been others that have done incredibly well because of the nature of COVID-19.
A tall task to pass, as Republicans have already signaled they want the governor to tap into the state's projected $2.4 billion rainy day fund instead of increasing taxes.
It's now up to the Minnesota House and Senate to discuss the proposal. They're tasked with approving the budget by the end of the legislative session.
And with that, the Minnesota GOP says the budget proposal is a non-starter. State Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka says the budget needs to focus on helping small businesses recover, getting kids back in school, and speeding up the vaccine distribution. He says Republicans are not willing to raise taxes. They want to cut spending to make up some of the budget shortfall.
If for some reason we can't do that, we still have the reserves and the resources we need to close that gap. And so we do not need to raise taxes on anyone, and that's just, it's just a line in the sand that we've drawn.
Gazelka did say Republicans in the House and Senate are committed to working with Democrats and the governor to solve Minnesota's budget problems.
Applications for the second round of Paycheck Protection Program loans just opened. But before they can apply for more money, many small businesses are still trying to make sure they don't have to pay back their first PPP loan. The Paycheck Protection Program, which started under the CARES Act, gives loans to small businesses to help them pay employees during the pandemic. Those loans can be forgiven. John Berkland with the Bell Bank says he has been busy working with local business owners to make sure they don't have to pay the money back. He says the process takes patience and organization on the business's end.
My message to small businesses is to be patient. I mean, there is a lot of assistance out there with the PPP program. There is obviously you're hearing about some state grants that are being administered through the county. Patience is a key, but you need to be kind of on top of the paperwork and make sure you're in good contact with your banker.
Berkland also suggests that small businesses keep good payroll records to make the forgiveness process easier.
Even though the airline industry has been crippled by the pandemic, Duluth's airport is doing better than expected. New data shows almost 131,000 passengers flew through the Duluth International Airport last year. While that's a 59% decrease compared to 2019, DLH actually retained 20% more passengers than the national average. Leaders say as the demand for travel returns, additional flights will be added to their schedule.
Still to come on Live, local CBS 3 frontline workers have been taking on the brunt force of the COVID-19 pandemic for months now. Some are being honored in St. Louis County coming up next.
Plus, humans are not the only species that can get COVID-19. We'll share a tiger's COVID experience after the break.
31 is the record below zero here for this date back in 1972. Didn't get quite that chilly this morning, probably not that chilly tomorrow morning, but it will be brisk and it will be within range, especially towards International Falls. We'll talk about the length of this cold snap and what's to follow for the weekend coming up after our break.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Auto collisions, work injuries, all injuries. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. Free consultation, no recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Hi, I'm Steve Little, owner of Your Home Improvement Company. 2020 was an unbelievable year for all of us. As a family-owned and operated business, we have been doing our best to stay focused on you this past year with our zero interest and zero payments until 2022 program. Thank you for allowing us to assist you in updating your most lived-in asset during this difficult time, your home. From all of us at Your Home Improvement Company, Bath Planet, and my family to yours, have a healthy, happy, and safe new year.
Our schools provide so much more than just learning support.
The school year didn't start out the way that we wanted it to, but who's to say it won't be better at the end?
We need to slow the spread so our economy has a chance to recover.
So our kids can be in school and be on the ice.
And we can keep our friends and families safe. For our students and teachers.
For our essential workers.
For the people you love.
Thank you for doing your part. Go Hunters!
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Say hello.
Let go of me.
Who are you?
Neighborhood Watch.
CIA. They want you back, Robin. You're the best they had.
How many are out there with no way to turn?
We have some way to turn. To me. I'm the one you call when you can't call 911.
Watch The Equalizer, February 7th, after the Super Bowl on CBS.
Local news and local weather here on CBS 3.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, last night, just before midnight's actually when the lowest of the low temperatures for the nighttime period came. Then after midnight, we had a little resurgence of temperatures, so it was brisk this morning, but not as bone-chillingly cold as it was just around midnight. 6 below Hibbing, for example, 9 below International Falls, 6 above from Ashland to Ironwood towards Hayward. Tonight, though, I think we'll do the straight regular routine for the overnight low temperatures, and by tomorrow morning, it should be 25 below in International Falls, and maybe even 10 below in Superior. So it'll still be warmer in Wisconsin and Michigan than it was in Minnesota, just like last night, but even that zone will take a little bit of a dip. And since we last spoke, temperatures have dipped just a touch at the airport in Duluth. Now it's 8 above. Relative humidity is 50%. Northwest wind, that's going 7 miles per hour. And our air pressure staying steady on the high side, 30.33 inches of mercury. It's Arctic high pressure, so that's why Minnesota's on the clearer side and the cooler side as well. But it's slightly on the milder side in the Upper Peninsula comparatively. We have 11 to 12 there from Ironwood to Watersmeet, and 13 in Hayward's one of our hot spots here today. 11 towards La Pointe and Red Cliff and Bayfield, not bad at all. Superior's at 11. Lake's still at 12, but we're getting into the single digits for the North Shore, and now starting to dip below 0 already for the Mesabi Range, Hibbing at 6 below, at least at the airport. Ely's holding on to 1 above, but International Falls is already perilously close to 10 below. So the chill is still here through tomorrow morning and maybe into Thursday morning as well. But Thursday afternoons when things will start to warm up at least a little bit. So Doppler map right now shows higher pressure from the Arctic, trying to clear our sky in Minnesota, but also trying to keep clouds up a little bit longer here, like last night for Wisconsin and Michigan. And when those clouds are around, well, you're going to get those little popcorn snow showers coming across again. And there is a chance, especially towards Ironwood, that you might get an inch to an inch and a half worth of fresh lake effect through the overnight. But otherwise, the cold Arctic high pressure will continue to dominate us then for Wednesday and Thursday as well, at least Thursday morning. Getting into Friday, though, low pressure system from the west starts to bring warmer temperatures in with a warm front, sends us back towards normal, which means the 20s, and there is a 50 to 60% chance for snow for Saturday and Sunday. Lighter stuff, but through 2 days worth, we could get 2 to 4. Now, what do we get tonight temperature-wise in Minnesota? Fairly brisk, 25 below towards the border, 5 below right by the lake, clear and cold. A little bit cloudier, then hence a little bit warmer for Wisconsin and Michigan. About 10 below in Superior to 5 below Hayward, and 2 above is possible for the Upper Peninsula. UP snow showers, otherwise partly cloudy. For tomorrow, partly sunny Wisconsin and the UP, with flurries still possible in the UP. High temps 10 to 13. That's about 6 degrees cooler than normal. Minnesota high temps anywhere from 0 near International Falls to 11 by 2 Harbors. Mostly sunny sky there. And according to the extended forecast here, we'll go to 14 above on Thursday, then 20 above on Friday, and then there's the snow chance for Saturday and Sunday. Again, the latest model data indicates, Tony, that we could get 2 to 4 inches spread over the 2 days, but we're still so far out. As always, this offer is subject to change.
Okay, of course, and you know, it's been so cold to start this week so far, but at least the sun's been out. It's nice to get out there and get some of that vitamin D.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day today.
It sure was. Thanks, Dave.
Healthcare workers in St. Louis County are being recognized this week for their work battling the pandemic head-on. The county board is proclaiming this week Frontline Workers Appreciation Week. Board members say doctors, nurses, first responders, and more have worked tirelessly to make sure COVID patients get the care they need. Commissioners say this was just one way to thank them for putting their health and safety on the line each day.
And I wanted to give my own shout out, and having experience particularly from a hospital stay and a medical support stay, just tremendous courage and caring and attention and to helping others.
The county's health department is also asking people, businesses, and government entities to display blue lights this week to show their appreciation.
A tiger in Pine County has tested positive for COVID-19. This is a picture of Sabrina. She's a 21-year-old tiger living at the Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone, Minnesota. Earlier this month, staff noticed lions, tigers, and cougars showing COVID symptoms. Despite their precautions, the sanctuary believes the big cats got the virus from a caregiver who didn't know they were sick.
Any cats that did have symptoms here at the sanctuary have fully recovered, so we're very thankful for that. We have always been wearing PPE with the animals. Our staff was wearing cloth masks, sanitizing, social distancing.
All sanctuary staff members got tested for COVID. 4 of them came back positive. They've all recovered and returned to work. It's not just big cats who can get COVID. It's possible to give it to your household pets as well. Tonight at 10, a Minnesota vet shares what you can do to protect your furry friends from the virus.
Coming up in sports, more COVID-19 cancellations today, maybe the most ever. Find out which teams and for how long they will be sidelined coming up.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you've been putting off some of those interior projects, now is the perfect time to start setting goals for yourself before the busy spring selling season. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for a list of ideas on what to organize, clean, or upgrade in order to get the biggest bang for your buck. Ready to sell now? Don't wait till spring. Inventory is still low and homes are selling fast. Call to schedule a private consultation with the JS Realty team.
I started with a chest cold, and I was having a hard time breathing. I think they knew without a definitive diagnosis right away what was wrong with me. I remember the doctors coming to tell me they're going to take me to the ICU. I was beyond frightened.
I headed uptown, I gave my blood, and sort of walked away, not really thinking in the end who was getting it and what the end result would be.
I know she did not know when she went to donate convalescent plasma that she was going to save a life that day, but she did. She saved my life. If she did not make that donation, I don't know if I would be sitting here talking to you right now. Abby's a hero.
The hero comments are not something that I really feel that comfortable with, but my plasma did save someone's life.
Contact your local blood center. It's simple, it's easy, and someone right now is waiting for you to save their life.
When most people have ended their day,
ours is just starting. Good morning, I'm Jenna Wells.
When news and weather happen overnight, we're there.
As stories break in your neighborhood,
you can count on us to bring you the details.
For scores and more, we've got you covered. Hi, I'm Kelly Hinsett.
Why? Because the news that matters to you matters to us.
Plus, this is our home, too.
We're live.
We're local.
We're CBS3.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Last Saturday was supposed to be St. Scholastica's men's basketball opener against Northland College. Then it was postponed to tonight due to COVID-19 complications. But now, within the last hour, we've learned St. Scholastica has once again postponed the game with no rescheduled date announced yet. However, with that, the Saints also released their spectator policy for the season. They will begin allowing family members of players, coaches, and staff into the athletic events starting on February 8th. Each individual will be allowed 2 family members per event at either Mars Lakeview Arena or Reef Gymnasium. St. Scholastica is scheduled for their first home basketball game this weekend, which would be played without fans. However, the St. Scholastica men's team, not the only one finding out some bad news today regarding cancellations. The St. Scholastica men's basketball team set to play Thursday and Saturday against Northland College and Martin Luther College have been postponed due to COVID-19 protocols. Yellow Jacket Athletics is working with Northland College and Martin Luther College on potential dates where the contest can be rescheduled. They weren't the only ones that got the news today as well. The Duluth boys hockey team had their game called off tonight. We can report that it was a precautionary postponement due to an exposure in the Brainerd program. North Shore versus the Cloquet Esco Carlton girls hockey game also off tonight. The Jacks have yet to play a game this season, and the Denfeld versus Grand Rapids boys game scheduled for next Tuesday, which was supposed to be on May 9, has also been postponed. But don't worry, be happy, Tony. There is hockey still to be played tonight in Virginia, and it happens to be our May 9 game of the night as the Blue Devils welcome in the Cloquet Lumberjacks. Puck drop set for 7 p.m. over on May 9. We'll have full highlights for you tonight at 10. With a new look to the season, a condensed schedule, and the Wild just playing games against teams in the West Division, we'll see a lot of West Coast hockey come to the state of hockey, which includes tonight as the Wild will play a team they've already seen before in the Los Angeles Kings. 12 days ago, Wild kicked off their season in dramatic fashion in L.A., with two come from behind 4-3 overtime wins. As for tonight, it kicks off a stretch of almost a month with games every other day.
Our bottom line to the group is when the puck's dropped, you play, regardless if we fly the day before, if we skate the day before, if we practice the day of. When the puck's dropped, we're ready to play.
Wild and Kings underway in just about a half hour. We'll have those highlights for you as well tonight at 10. Today marks the one-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death. The basketball legend, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 other people died when their helicopter crashed into a hillside on a foggy morning outside Los Angeles. About 40 minutes into the flight, in the foggy conditions, the helicopter crashed into a hillside, killing everyone on board. The group was headed to a girls' basketball tournament and included both adults and children. The pilot also died in the crash. Kobe's wife, Vanessa, said in a social media post this morning that she will never understand why this happened to, quote, such a beautiful, kind, and amazing human beings, and that, quote, it still doesn't seem real. That feeling is likely being echoed by many today and throughout. That's going to do it for sports. We'll have much more tonight at 10. Christian, Tony, I'll send things back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. Also coming up tonight on the CBS 3 News at 10, Hibbing Taconite has been a staple of the iron mining industry for decades, but now it's running out of ore. With only 4 years of mine life left, we're hearing from Cliff's CEO, union leaders, and elected officials who say they can't let the Hibbing mine close its doors.
All right, Dave, how long is that cold stretch going to last? Are we still in it for tonight, or what's it looking like?
Yes, we're in it for tonight through Thursday morning. But then we might start to moderate temperature-wise beginning Thursday afternoon. So tonight, air temps could go anywhere from 25 below in International Falls to 2 above in Ironwood. And then Wednesday itself, high temp of about 7 above with a mostly sunny sky in Minnesota, a few more clouds for Wisconsin and the UP. Then clouds do start to build Thursday and Friday, setting us up for a Saturday, Sunday chance of snow that could add up to a couple of inches.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again at 10 o'clock.